Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Here is the total P&L for today. So sitting at $1,003 with 87 cents today. Another great day. I guess I went red to green, but I'm not gonna call this as a red to green because I was red like maybe 70, 80 bucks, maybe 100 bucks, and not like this yesterday, right? Where I was down 1,000, ended up at 700, and then down another 1,000, ended up 800. So today I'm ending up 1,000, but just clean trading overall. Now I do think even today I had a lot more better trades, a lot of better plays than I did the last couple days. I traded a stock that I'm not used to trading, which is AMD, and so a lot of these plays I was jumping in at the perfect times, getting in at the perfect places, but the share size was not there, so I was actually jumping in with 1,000 shares when this thing was only moving, a couple $100 when Tesla. I jump in on 1,000 shares and this thing is moving three, four, five, $600 at a time. So I wasn't able to get that big P&L early on, and I ended up coming back and trading this one because I'll show you guys the flags that this thing just kept putting up. Now this is my backup account. I'm currently watching OSEA because I saw this stock try to stuff several times all morning. So just tried stuff in there, tried stuff in there, tried stuff in there, tried stuff in there, and so this one ended up holding all of those things. So I ended up getting some shares around here. I was like, or maybe earlier, I don't remember when I got them, but I was like, this thing might run. I'm just gonna hold it and see if this thing goes. And this is kind of just extra little money. This is not included into this P&L, so this is my backup account. If I make money or lose money on this backup account, I never include it into this P&L. I think I did that last time with another stock and I nailed it for like 700 bucks, and that did not go into this trader view. This trader view is my main active account, which you guys can see here at the top left. If I switch it, then it all disappears away, and if I go back to the other one, you guys can see that if I switch over to, for example, AMD, no trades here, zero P&L, and if I go to my main account, which is the one that I include in my trader view, then you guys can see the profit there now. For everybody that is new, I stream live every single morning, completely free on tradecaster.com and on YouTube right here. So if you guys want to catch us live, I've had 300, 400 people every single morning. So this week, so if you guys want to join in, just hit that notification down below on YouTube, or you guys can go over to tradecaster.com, make a membership, and don't pay for it. My lobby is always free. Even though it's free for Tradecaster this month, my lobby is always free. Anyways, enough rambling. I'm going to go to my trades. Now, for this morning, usually I've been trading Tesla every day. And Tesla, I only made $343 on this one. I'm going to go ahead and select my trades, show my trades. Now, I had a lot of good trades on Tesla. I just missed out on a lot of P&L today, and I don't know if it's because at this point I was kind of focused on AMD, but AMD I was able to get some good trades on anyways. But on Tesla, I missed the opening breakout here, kind of off of pre-market highs there, that little triple, quadruple top, and then got stuffed here, and finally went for it and actually had a very nice push. And then to me, it started looking heavy. These red candles here started decreasing volume, and then it kind of tried. So even though sellers weren't adding here, there was not enough buyers to even push this thing higher. So I started adding shorts, and here are two shorts that I took, right? Literally almost top ticking the stock on the day. That's the highest that it reached. And if I would have just held 100, 300, or these 500 shares and could have gotten a very nice move down. This is 185 you're talking about. This thing is now sitting at 175, a new low of the day. So that's $10 a share. 100 shares, that's $1,000. 500 shares, that's $5,000. Obviously, I wasn't going to hold it that long, but I didn't even get any good profit on this one. Now, the next leg on Tesla here. So this was kind of just all momentum. This thing is trying to go for highs. I think I took some longs here on this pullback here, trying to get the next leg out, and then took some shorts, kind of just basing it off of volume, basing it off of a week daily, and then also the overall market, where we kind of held yesterday, sold off, and then this is kind of just a nice bounce. Odds are this was not going to just keep on going straight up, even though we did have job claims that were apparently good, or some news that were good. I did not expect this one to keep running up, but I also didn't expect it to go all the way back down to a new low. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, this was also in a range box yesterday. So if you guys see here, I always use the bigger time frames, whether that's a 1 hour, 4 hour, or even the 15-minute. And you guys could see all of yesterday we were trapped into this range, right? And so today, once we reclaimed that, I did mention we could go straight up to 182.68, which we did, and then kind of tried holding it, and looking for the next leg up higher here, and that did not happen. So as soon as it did not happen, that's when I was looking here in this area, and I started calling it out and said, you know what, I'm going to take some shorts around this 183 level, see if we could get this to come back into this range, and then come back and retest the low of this range, which would be that 180. And that was all of these ads right here. All of these. I mean, I was adding short, 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 kind of covered a little bit, and then short, 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 short. I guess these were some long. So short, 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 and then realized that we weren't holding it, so I added long for the little breakout, and then I should have flipped back to the short. As soon as this thing tucked back in here, I should have flipped to the short side here, and that would have been the trade where, you know, my first profit target is this 180. You know, from there, straight, pretty easy, straight down to 180, and then after that, we lose the 180, and then this thing just goes straight, straight down. You know, the 180 to 178, 77, 6 to lows of 175. So anyways, this is what I'm saying today, that I had good trades, I had good ideas, top ticked it, and then top ticked the high of day, and then top ticked a little bit of a bounce, and then, you know, I ended up not playing Tesla correctly. AMD, kind of very similar, so I had a lot of good trades on AMD, a lot of good call outs on this one. I think I scalped it more towards the end, but in the morning I had very nice reads on this one as well. And let me go over these. So you guys can see my trades here. Now on this one, the only reason why I decided to look at AMD is because I know AMD ran pretty strong yesterday. So I saw it, people were trading this one, you know, it ran pretty strong, closed pretty strong. So I thought, you know, now the daily is going back up to high of days from like a month and a half ago. So I thought, you know, if this one ran yesterday and closed strong, we might get some continuation today. I had a little daily level here at 85.77, which was a pretty important one. And so you guys are going to see, I'm going to go ahead and take off the trades. So you guys see this 85.77. You guys see my trades through here, and then I hit a couple of shorts up here. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and you guys can see, or I can talk about the ones that I did take. So on that 85.77, kind of a daily level there, kind of, I think it even was just yesterday's high. Yeah, yesterday's high. I thought if we end up pushing through this level here pretty nice and pull back to that 87.77, 85.77, we could get a low volume pullback, and then we could get a nice little bit of a bounce. So as soon as this thing dropped down to 85.77 right here, I took my first ads, and I think I took like maybe 1,000 or 1,500, 1,000 shares. But then again, you know, 85, let's say I got a fill of 85.80s, this only bounced to 86.20, so that's about 40 cents. That's not that much. 40 cents on Tesla goes like this, you know. 40 cents on this one is not that much. So if I had 1,000 shares, that was a $400 winner, which I think I made 200 or 300 in that initial trade. Um, but obviously I could not sell the top, or maybe I was up 300, 400, and I only made like 200 on it because I couldn't sell the top, obviously. Came back down to that level. I wasn't going to play it again right off the bat. You know, this thing kind of stuff, and then it looked like it was going to try to go through that level, so I wasn't going to play it that second time. But that 87, 70, 85, 77 level kept holding, so could have tried it here again. As soon as this thing saw that it held again, tried kind of catching a bounce. Now I'm looking for high a day. I took another long somewhere around here, got that little breakout. And then same thing with this one, you know, this is kind of pushing here, small little pullback, pushed again. The 5-minute time frame at this point to me look a little bit extended at this point, and NQ and SPY and Tesla weren't pushing that much by, you know, 9, 10, you know. And so I ended up taking some AMD short, and this is the only trade that, you know, I was pretty good on it. Managing it, but I did not get, it wasn't the right timing because I added short here, and I added short there, and as soon as this thing dropped, I was in pretty nice profit again, 1,000, maybe 1,500 shares, and this thing just went right back up. So I was up another $200, $300 on the trade, and then went against me. And I'm not gonna hesitate. If this thing wants to run the way it has, you know, this could have easily ran another dollar, dollar two, gone up to high day on the daily, which is 89, almost 89 cents right here. I'm not gonna back hold it, right? So I'm gonna stop out right here, take the break even, small green or loss, and then go ahead and try it again. So I stopped out, and then on these pushes up here, I mean, I was top ticking this stock here again. So it looks like I joined the short there, kind of stopped out a little bit, and then short here again, and finally got a nice little pullback there. And from there on, I was kind of looking short on this stock. You could see I shorted a little bit of a pop here, kind of got that move down. And then this is the other trade where I just absolutely nailed the bottom of AMD was right here. I think I literally bought this candle down right there. Kind of just looking at it as VWAP bounce, but this same 8650 level here from this pivot and this kind of little bit of a flag, and this thing made a huge move, right? So it's gonna sell off, maybe get back to 50% of that move. I don't really kind of look at percentages, but you know, this thing is put up a nice pull, and I thought this thing maybe could flag here. This is being a giant flag, and then maybe then get back to another high or attempt to retrace back up. And so I ended up getting some fills down there. I guys can show you again, guys. I can show you those trades there. Literally bottom ticking those candles right there. It looks like 86.64, and the low of that candle was 86.60. So by 4 cents, I missed the low of that candle, and that is pretty impressive. Anyways, you know, tried popping stuff and shook me out of it. At this point, I think everything was looking weak, so I got a little worried here. That was a perfect trade. I could have followed it up to maybe highs of 87 and then 87.20, so about 40, 50, 60 cents. Again, with 1,000 shares, that would have been another $400 winner, but kind of shook me out of here. Now, I think this was where I ended my stream. I was up, I think, $350, $400 on AMD. Tesla, I was up $340 on Tesla. Pretty clean trading today. And then I did take another trade on UNCY. This one I think I should have gone. It should have gone for sure. So UNCY, I took a trade at the beginning of the market open, kind of pulling back down to $2. I thought $2 should hold. My entry was a little high. I saw it pop down to 201. I tried clicking there. It got filled like 203, 04 almost, and then never went for that new high breakout there. So I ended up taking a $73 loss here. And I think that's it. But, you know, I called it off. I was up, I think at this point, $675 on the day. And this is when I decided to end the stream. I was up $675. I wasn't planning on coming back. And that's when I saw AMD, Tesla, and UNCY just straight up selling off. And AMD is the one that I, for some reason, decided to keep on trading. I think AMD, just because of that daily almost double top, I thought this one could reject and kept selling off. So I kept trading this one. Now, again, I was already up on the day. I think this is what sometimes happens to me. So if I would have been down 1,000 on the day, I probably would have chased this moves here with bigger share size. But because I was already green on the day, I ended up chasing these moves here with a little bit smaller size, and some of these moves I didn't get, you know, I lost on. So you guys can see my P&L today. I was up 675 here, then it looks like I made some, then chopped around, I think went back down to lows of 600, so it looks like I lost $200 twice, and then I ended up making it back. But that was all through this whole move. Now, the best clean trades that I got was catching almost all of this entire move with a couple hundred shares. This move here I did not catch. I actually tried longing it right there, so I ended up taking a loss there. I did catch this one here, and I was done trading by here. So if I go ahead and show you guys the trades, this thing was just flagging non-stop, so I was looking for those highs and trying to catch the move back down. Oh, so I didn't catch that one. I caught this one, and then I tried going for the long. Okay, so here it is. That was on me. So, you know, I caught this low here. Okay, so that was the first trade. That's right. I saw this thing sell off. Then now I remember. I saw this thing sell off, and I just, you know, I was being patient. You know, I like to counter trend sometimes, because when when a stock drops so much, it's gonna have a pullback, and it's gonna have a pullback where, you know, the sellers or the buyers have reached the point where they take their profit, and they're gonna end up covering in the other direction. So if short sellers were in here, they got to get to the point where they buy, and then it's gonna get to a point where it's low enough and buyers are gonna step in. So you always see some kind of big pops after big sell-off. So I waited patiently on this one. I got that trade down there, and this is the one that I went from like 670 on the day back up to like the first initial trade up to like $840. So I caught this very nice pop here. And then here again, you know, looking at the bigger time frame, SPY, NQ, everything is selling off. So then I was like, trying to catch the tops on these things. So you could see me scaling in some shorts here, got maybe a little of that move, tried some shorts here, looks like I might have gone squeezed, tried some shorts here again, and then this is a nice one that I got. So, you know, goes up to this kind of pivot there. Hold on. Goes perfectly up to this pivot, rejects it, starts pushing back, and then I got a very nice short here as this thing was breaking down here. I got a very nice short there and rolled this thing down pretty well. So let me go see how many shares I took on that. So it looks like 1,000 shares at 86.60s. So right there, and then I was covering down all on this move here. Now the only thing on this one is that I ended up trying to catch the pop again, and so I think I was adding somewhere through here, and then still went for another leg. But then I think I lost on that, and then I made it back catching this move, tiny move here. So a lot of scalping, but you know, keeping the big uh, picture in play. So it looks like, yeah, I tried getting in a little early, took the loss, and then finally got the long off the bottom, added into it, and got the pop up here. So made a little bit on that. And then again, this thing, you know, tried pushing high. This thing was just a bear flag machine. Like this thing was bear flag after bear flag after bear flag. So here is kind of the first one. You know, a giant bear flag goes down lower. Another bear flag goes down lower. Another bear flag goes down lower. Kind of another one there goes lower. Even another tiny one right here goes lower. So this thing was just dropping, dropping play after bear flag after bear flag. At that point, I really didn't think this thing had much downside to it, so that's where I stopped trading it through here. I didn't even look at this move anymore. So I think this move down here was my last one that I was able to take advantage of. But you know, I made overall an extra maybe 400 bucks on this whole legs here from here to there. I made an extra 400, which, you know, like I said, I wasn't playing big size, but it definitely adds up to the day. And honestly, as soon as I got up to $1,000 on the day, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. So decent week again. Kind of struggled yesterday, the day before, but should be over 3K on the week now. Still all green for this month again, which I am gonna try to not think about because I did it on January, and as soon as I got close to the end of January, I ended up messing it up. But you know, I'm not worried about green streaks anymore. I just take one day at a time, and hopefully we keep on stacking profits and base hits. Anyways, if you guys like this recap, I know I am making them a little bit longer than usual, but that's because I'm really going into each trade, so I'm setting at 17, 18 minutes. Usually they're like 5 to 10, but you know, you guys asked for exact little bit of trades, and I'm going over all of them. You guys can watch in your chart at the same time and kind of see where I'm jumping in on these trades as well. But if you guys like them, hit the thumbs up. If you guys have some comments, questions, or anything like that down below. Like always, I stream every single morning, 15 minutes before market opens, so you guys can watch me tomorrow trade live, and all of these levels, plays, all that stuff, I'm calling them out as I take them, as I see them, and then all of that stuff. If you guys want to learn, if you guys are beginners, I do offer a course down below. You guys get a huge discount, so just check it out down below. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good one, and take care.